Hi everyone, welcome to Sew Like Dotty, a new week and a new location. This is going to be my March sewing plans. I may not get everything made in March, I'm going to be honest. I did do a bit of a mass cutout at the studio a couple of days ago. We are away. I'm going to record this March Makes video, and then before we leave and go home, I'm going to record a little vlog about our little sewing retreat weekend with Lynn and Judith. So yeah, I thought I'd just drop in. I'm in my bedroom. I'll put some pictures in and stuff into the next vlog, but it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely love it. So, what am I wearing? I talked about this last month, but as lots of you knew, and I should say a thank you as well for all of the comments you made. We very sadly lost my father-in-law suddenly almost 2 weeks ago. And yeah, I just really appreciate the messages and the comments that people have sent, hence there wasn't a vlog last week. I'm not going to dwell on that because, you know, we all go through these things, and yeah, I'm here to do a bit of happy sewing as well. I did just want to touch on a little brief update as well, because I know lots of you were asking how my endoscopy had gone when I was having the camera down. So nothing sinister sort of going on. A little bit more than I expected. I knew I had probably had a hiatus hernia. I've known that for 16 years. I've got some severe esophagitis. I've got an ulcer. I'm pointing here like you don't know the anatomy. I've got an ulcer in my esophagus and 2 in my stomach. So I suddenly went from 1 tablet a day to 4 tablets a day. I get re-scoped in another 5 weeks now, and the hope that that blast of medication will have hopefully healed or progressed the healing of the ulcers and the esophagitis, and then I'll just stay on the medication for the rest of my life for the hernia, which is fine because I've been on that for a long time anyway. So yeah, because I know some of you are going through the same thing, so I hope that you're all doing okay as well. So this is the Nell dress. I'll show you the pattern later because I'm coming to it. I've talked about it loads. If you're new to my channel, don't think I'm being rude. I will show you the pattern later. It's in my little pile. I've still got this to hem, so today's Sunday, I literally made this yesterday. So I've done the original neckline, which is the slightly lower neckline, and the shorter sleeves, which for my arms, you know that I hate the tops of my arms, but these are just perfect. The gathers are lovely. The cuff's in a lovely place. I could push it up if I wanted to, but I'm quite happy with where it sits. I will take a picture and drop it in of the full length. It's got a ruffle on. It's not hemmed. It's just overlocked round. And I'm not going to hem it here. I've got my necking machine here. But I'll either hem it on my faff machine when I get home or on my cover stitch. I don't know which yet. So it's just a hem up. The fabric is from Pound Fabrics. It's completely out of stock now. I think I've told that many people about it because I use it in my studio that it's now out of stock. It's a modal jersey. I think it was £2.75 a metre. And the ribbing is called cuffing on their website. It's £4.99 or £4.95 a metre, and they've got a lot. So Pound Fabrics. I'll try and remember and put a link in the comments. So I should have dropped a picture of it in by now. You may have seen this skirt when I shared the Ava Blouse pictures on Instagram. I might have even put it in my last vlog, I'm not going to lie, I can't remember. But I wanted to show you it because it's finished and I've not shared it finished. So this is the Friday Pattern Company Saturday skirt set, but I missed the pockets out, no shock to most of you. So when I cut the front panel out, because it's a flat front and elastic at the back, when I cut the front out, I just put a piece of paper in and went sort of straight up on the side, so it was the right size to fit the waistband on, because obviously it's a bit messy under there, it needs to go around the overlocker again and tidy up. And then it's elasticated at the back. Now, when I followed Chelsea so long, because I didn't bother reading the instructions, why would I when there's a little video there to watch? Chelsea constructs the back of the skirt with the elastic in first and then sort of wraps around the front and then brings it over. I'm going to be honest, I just found it a bit of a faff on. So what I did was I joined the front and the back of the skirt waistbands together because the front is considerably shorter than the back one. And I just left a little gap here, hence I've not gone back in to overlock that, and the same on the other side. So I threaded the elastic through and then obviously matched up the side seams, and then I just stitched in the ditch there. Lynn was making the sew over it skirt pattern that's just come out, that's a free pattern. I've not bothered downloading it because it's very similar, I've got a few, and she said that's how they do the waistband in that one. And without that in, it was a super quick sew. So this denim, I got 20 metres quite a long time ago from Charlotte, so affordable for the studio. I've dyed some of it bright pink. I've got 3 more metres of it to make a dress in this colour, or I dye it for the summer. But what I want to do with it is, I will drop a picture in with the Ava blouse that I wore it with. I've just put on, I don't know if you can see, I've done them 1.5 inches from the bottom of the hem, a line, because I've got some nice sort of Gutermann embroidery threads, the ones that are graded different colours and things. And I'm just going to do some like fancy stitches around the bottom, just so it's got a little bit of something. But I do want to keep it quite neutral, because I think it's quite good to have something that's a neutral colour, and that definitely is. So I'll pop that there. I love that skirt, and I'm not a skirt person, but I really like it, especially without the pockets in. Win-win, super quick, and I'm definitely going to make a few more of those. So as I've pretty much finished this, I've just put the skirt onto the top. The next project that I've got cut out, and I've shared this fabric with you before, is the Tilly and the Buttons Indigo, but with the Dressmaker's Closet Ava Blouse hack that I've shared on a previous vlog. So if you want to see how I've done that, I've talked it through a couple of vlogs ago. You can have a look at that. This fabric, it's Liberty Crafting cotton, but all of Liberty fabric's so soft, and I was a bit worried about what it would be like, but it was £7 a metre in the sale, so I just thought, get it. I think I got 4 metres, because obviously crafting cotton's like 112 wide, and I wanted to make sure that I've got enough. And I do have, I sound quite sad when I say this, I've got 2 little storage things, jerseys, so any offcuts of this I put into that. So if I'm doing something plain but I want a contrast in neck or cuff, I can dive into that bag and maybe use this for the contrast. And I've also got a box for any scraps of any Liberty fabric. I mean, if you don't know me, you know I'm a bit Liberty obsessed. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to start next. So I'll just hold it up so you can see it. It's very summery, but again, it's quite neutral, really nice fabric. So that's cut. That's my next project, and I'm hoping that'll sew, I was going to say deliciously, gorgeously well. Well, why not? Why can't I say that? I've just shown this now because I've mentioned it before. This is from Pound Fabrics. It's a cotton poplin, but it feels very soft for a cotton poplin. I bought it for the studio in black and purple, and I love the purple, so I bought it for myself. So the reason I'm showing you now is I'm going to make, probably not in, well, it might be later in March or into April, exactly the same dress with the Ava sleeves in, because I really like them, and I'm going to make it in that fabric just there. So I've got to say, I have fallen in love with the Ava blouse. You've already seen a picture of me wearing the top with the skirt, and Sandy messaged me yesterday from Sew Over 50 and said, do you mind if I shared this picture with you and Jane, because they're doing a hashtag Sew Over Ageism. So follow that hashtag if you want to check that out. I do love the Sew Over 50 crowd, and I love a bit of colour in my life, as do they. So let's dress how we want to dress and not worry about how old we are, is my motto. So this is the Ava blouse. I've shared it before. There's always a link in the description box too. It's an affiliate link that I've got with Jane at the Dressmaker's Closet. So I didn't pay for the pattern. I've got access to all of Jane's patterns for free as a brand ambassador. But I think I did buy this before I got access to them all. I've made it with the narrow necktie, and Jude had a beautiful one on yesterday in a cotton lawn that she got at the Harrogate Knitting and Stitching show, and she had that on with the navy blue poppy pinafore, and they looked stunning together, and I really meant to get a picture and I totally forgot. So I've done the pussy bow one, you've seen that, and I don't like things too high and big bows. That's just not me. This sits, you can see with that picture with Jane there, so it sits a little bit lower, and although it's a pussy bow blouse, it's about not even 1.5 inches thick, so you get a nice, you do get the effect, but it's just not huge. I guess if you wanted to make it bigger you could. Anyway, so this fabric again I got from Pound Fabrics. I have it in black and cream, and I've made that indigo Ava Blouse sleeve hack in it, and I really like it. It's £2.50 or £2.75 a metre, I think. And they also do it in a blue colourway. Minerva also do it in a blue colourway, but it's not the same price. So I've cut, this is all cut out ready to make into the Ava Blouse with the pussy bow. And I'm just thinking I've got like denim Swaro trousers, I've got that denim skirt. So for kind of different looks, for different outfits over the summer, spot on. And this fabric was from Boys Stores somewhere, I don't know, Darlington maybe, 2 years ago, and I've got a Davenport dress in it, and I think it was about £3.50, maybe £4 a metre. So when I was getting it cut, rather than just getting the 3 metres I knew I needed, I said, oh, just cut me 5 metres because I love it. So it's a, I think it's a viscose, but it has, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if it's been washed. Good point. So I might chuck that in the washing machine because there's an Aga in the kitchen and you put your washing on the dryer and it dries in about 10 seconds. So I might just chuck this in the washing machine while I'm here. So I'm going to make another Ava Blouse out of this because some of my denim trousers are really dark. They're not black, but they're really dark, and I think that would look really nice. It's just got a lovely drape, and I do think the Ava Blouse works better in a fabric that's got a lovely drape. So on to my next make. I don't know what order these are going to get made in after this. So I've previously made the Dixie dress. I've made it in plain denim and a needle cord. But I just want, you know what I'm like. You knew it wouldn't be long before I was making a bit of a hack. So I played around with it. I got this fabric from Minerva. I think it was about £4.99 or £95 a metre. Pink check. It's a nice size check. Now I have cut out the front. Now I've cut it. I've got the pattern piece here to show you what I've done. So I'm trialling this out. So on the pattern piece, normally you've got a button placket. So you've got like fold here, so you fold it over a few times, but this is the finished part. And I've put this up against the Indigo pattern to cut on fold to check that the width should be wide enough for me. So it's a bit of a twirl of it, I'm not gonna lie. Now, so I've cut it not quite, the Dixie doesn't look on the picture. Sorry, that noise is a bird scarer for the crops behind. When you're outside, you jump out your skin. It doesn't look like a V-neck on the picture, and it's not a V-neck, it's quite subtle. So I have some of this left. So what I'm going to do first of all is create a facing. It needs a press from where it's been folded. I'm going to create a facing and try that and see if I can get that how I want it to look. If not, I'm going to recut it with a slightly rounder neck, kind of maybe a bit more like this one. And then I can bias bind it, but I'm going to try this. I painstakingly have cut this very carefully. This is the bottom of it, so it's all lined up. The back is the same, the skirt. So let's pray to the sewing gods that I managed to sew it straight and it all looks fine. That would be jolly nice, wouldn't it? So yeah, so how am I hacking this? I'm just going to do the sleeves, but without the sort of ruffle on the bottom. I might put a cuff on. Obviously it's not going to have the button placket, it'll have the darts and it won't have the collar. So in some respects it's going to be a little bit like the Indigo, but it is more, for me it's more smocky because I've adjusted my pattern on the Indigo so many times to get a good fit, lengthened the bodice, brought it in, adjusted it, done the sleeve hack. That in some respects it doesn't look like the Indigo anymore, but I have got the expansion pack, and actually a couple of the sew tuners did a charity fundraising for Sands. They raised about £600. That was last Sunday and I couldn't attend because I had a session I was teaching, but I won a prize there, and it's a Tilly and the Buttons PDF. So I think I'm going to get the Indigo, so I've got an original copy of it again, because I think mine's just changed so much that it probably doesn't look anything like the original did. And then at least I've got a base for it, and I've got the extension pack, so I could do expansion pack, so I could do some other things with it. So I'll keep you posted on that, because I've also got that denim dyed in pink that I'm going to do a zip up front, and I think I'm going to hack this pattern to do that. But that certainly won't be, if I get all this stuff in March, there'll be confetti cannons going off. I'll never get all of this done. But some of them are quick wins. So also, I've got a couple of things. So like that denim skirt is not even like a half-hour sew. I've bought the Mila jumper from Tammy Handmade. A few of the vloggers have made this. Very simple. I think it's a raglan. I've cut it, so I should know. No, it's not. It's not a raglan sleeve, but you basically just cut out your front on the fold, cut out your back on the fold, cut out your two sleeves, and there's a neckband. And I already had, I think I got this from Charlotte So Affordable a long time ago, this black, I don't know how well it'll show up, rib. It's not overly thick, but I just thought I'm going to try it in this first. I really want some slouchy jumpers, so which is exactly what this is. But before I've got my eye on some of the knitted fabric that I really like in a pale blue or a rose pink, I'm undecided, which will be great, you know, on an evening when you sort of, you know, if you're sitting outside or something somewhere, or you go for a walk and it's a bit chilly on an evening in the spring and summer, to just put on over the, don't know what that is, to put on, what's that? So yeah, I'm going to try. So this is, I mean, it won't even take me an hour to make that. And well, even tomorrow, when we go home tomorrow, continuing the pampering, I'm getting my nails done, my toenails done. I'm at the chiropodist to get my feet done. Enough said about that. At what age do you become somebody who, there's two things. At what age do you start to get your feet done? Because a lot of my members go to get their feet done, which I think is like maybe hard skin and stuff like that. For me, I've got an ingrown toenail, and they just give them a little pamper while I'm there. And the other question is, at what age do you go from I've fallen over to I've had a fall? I don't think I'm quite at that I've had a fall yet. I mean, I can trip over anything. But yeah, answers on a postcard, please. So yeah, so that is the Mila jumper from Tammy Handmade. So I'll let you know how I get on with that. And the final thing again is like a half-hour job. I've shared this with you previously. I'm not going to talk about it for long, but I did mention earlier that I'm wearing the Nell Dress. Again, there's an affiliate link to all of Jane's patterns, and I did buy this before I became a brand ambassador, and I've lived in these all of the winter, but I'm starting to move into the short sleeve. So I think a few weeks ago I mentioned to you that I'd made it in this fabric, which was from Pound Fabrics, and I got it in the sale for eventually £1 a metre. How amazing is that? It is so soft, but it's definitely got more of a summer vibe to it. So before Jane created the expansion pack for the Nell Dress, which is a slightly raised neck and longer sleeves, I kind of made up my own version of a longer sleeve, which looked all right, but it wasn't as nice as Jane's is. So I've literally just laid the pattern on it, and I've cut them, as you can see, and I just need to put the gathering stitches in. I did have cuffs, but obviously it was long sleeve, so I've just recut the this bit, the cuff. So they're just to sew and put on. And obviously the dress is already finished. So these are a couple of things that I can do as my quick wins. But from tomorrow, I've got Monday off. And from the week after, I go part-time, 30 hours, and I've got Mondays off. So I feel like I've not been in my sewing room at home for so long to kind of really sit down and do anything, which for me is like de-stressing and therapy. And I knew it was going to be like that. I mean, I started a full-time job, I'm still running my Slim World group, and I've got my sewing school, so I've had a lot on my plate, and I knew the balance was out of kilter. I talked about this a while ago, so yeah, I started that. So I'm really looking forward to that Monday. I mean, I may teach sometimes on a Monday night, maybe once a month I might run a daytime class, I don't know. And obviously we spend time supporting Carl's mum as well, and each other. But I think I'm going to find a bit of me time on a Monday, and I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, but I don't believe in just making things for the sake of making stuff, so they'll all have everything I make has a purpose. I think that's really important. But I've definitely got a much bigger wardrobe than I used to have. So that is me over and out for my March plans. Let me know in the comments what you're planning on making as well. Let me know if you're trying any new patterns, if you've hacked anything, fabrics that you've bought. I'm really interested, so let me know, and I will be back very soon with a little vlog about our weekend here. So bye for now.